Good morning, students. I hope you are all well. Okay. So on your screen, you can see question number 7 that we discussed yesterday. Okay. So what we have discussed till now, we have discussed how to divide a monomial with another monomial, how to divide a polynomial with another monomial, and division of two monomials. Okay. So before we continue, there is a misprint in your book once again. In exercise 6.5, question number 14. Okay, so I'm writing the question for you once again so that you can copy it. Question number 14 is, if x plus 1 upon x, 1 minute, exercise 6.6, question number 14. Okay, 6.5, sorry, 6.5, question number 14. 1. If x plus 1 upon x is equals to 11, then find the value of x square plus 1 upon x square. Okay, so this is the question that you have to do. In book, this is equals to 11 is not written. Okay, so please correct and do the question properly. Now let's start with question number 9. Question number 9 is divide. We are back to exercise 6.6 now. Question number 9 is divide 12x cube minus 15 plus 26x minus 17x square by, you have to do the division, by 3x square minus 2x plus 5, and show that and show that 3x square minus 2x plus 5 is a factor of 12x cube minus 15 plus 26x minus 17x square. Okay, so in this question you have to do two things. First of all, you need to determine the value of remainder and quotient by dividing 12x cube minus 15 plus 26x minus 17x square by 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Okay, after that you have to determine whether this binomial is a factor of this trinomial or not. Okay, so how do we determine whether it is a given factor or not? So note down, write a note. A polynomial is a factor of another polynomial if on division the remainder is 0. So in this case, how will we determine whether this binomial is a factor of this trinomial? If the remainder that we get is 0, then that is verification in itself. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to do the long division. If we get the remainder 0, then it is a factor. If the remainder is not 0, then it is not a factor. Okay, so let's start with the solution. Now first of all, our dividend. Our dividend is 12x cube minus 15 plus 26x minus 17x square. Okay, this is our dividend. Okay, so can you say the dividend is in a proper form? No, it is not. It is not in a proper form because the powers of x are not arranged in ascending order, sorry, descending order. So what we do is we rearrange the polynomial. We will rewrite it as 12x cube minus 17x square plus 26x minus 50. Okay, after that divisor is 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Okay, so this is already pre-arranged, so we just need to do long division from this point. So we are dividing we are dividing 12x cube minus 17x square plus 26x minus 50. We are going to divide it by 3x square minus 2x plus 5. Okay, so once again back to the rules of division. We only need to concentrate on the first term of divisor, first term of dividend. What should we divide, what should we multiply with the first term of divisor to get the first term of dividend? Okay, so what should we multiply with 3 to get 12? That is 4. What should we multiply with x square to get x cube? That is x. So now 4x is to be multiplied with all of this polynomial. 4x is to be multiplied with all of this polynomial. So this will be 12x cube minus 4 to the 8 x square plus 4 5 the 20 x. You change the sign. So 12x cube minus 12x cube 0 minus 17x square plus 8x square. This will be minus 9x square plus 26x minus 20x. This will be plus 6x, and lastly minus 15 as it is. Now once again we need to determine what to be multiplied by 3x square to get minus 9x square. So that is minus 3. When minus 3 is multiplied with 3x square, we will get minus 9x square. Minus 3 into minus 2 is plus 6x, and minus 3 into 5 is minus 50. Again you change the signs. This will become plus, this will minus, this will become plus. 9x square minus 9x square plus 9x square is 0. 6x minus 6x 0. Minus 15 plus 15 0. Okay, so in this case we get the remainder as 0 and quotient as 4x minus 3. Okay, so we did the division, and lastly we will write down, since the remainder is 0, hence this polynomial 3x square minus 12x, not 12, 2x plus 5 is a factor of, it is a factor of 12x cube minus 15 plus 26x minus 17x square. Okay. Now moving on to question number 10. Next is question number 10. I am just going to explain how to do question number 10. The final solution of the question number 10 should be done by you. Okay, question number 10 is asking us the product of two expressions is x square, sorry, not x square, x to the power 5 plus x cube plus x. If one of them is x square plus x plus 1, then find the other. It is same like that. What is to be multiplied with 2 to get 6? Okay, so how do we do that? We divide 6 by 2. Okay, so in this case you have x square plus x plus 1. So question is asking us what should we multiply with x square plus x plus 1 to get x to the power 5 x cube plus 1. Okay, so what you do is you divide x to the power 5 x cube plus x with x square plus x plus 1, and whatever the quotient is, that is your answer. Keep in mind that in this case the remainder is going to be equal to 0. In this case, essentially the remainder is essentially going to be equal to 0. Okay, and there is, let me check the answer. I think there is one problem with the question. The power of last term of this question is missing. No, it's okay. Okay, you can do it. Try it yourself. If you encounter any problem, please ask me. Next that we will do is question number 7. Sorry, example number 7. See, question number 11 is exactly equal to same as the question number 11 is exactly same as example number 7. So I am doing example number 7 for you. I hope you can do question number 11 by yourself. The area of a rectangle is the area of a rectangle is 6x square plus 3xy minus 33y square square units. Okay, if the length of the rectangle is is 3x plus 11y units, find the breadth of the rectangle. Find the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, so we are given that the area of rectangle is this and length is this. So you might remember that formula for area of rectangle is length into breadth. We already know the value of length, so we can determine the value of breadth by b is equals to okay. So this is what we are going to do. We know that area of rectangle is L into B. Therefore, the value of B is equals to, not B, here L. Okay. So now we will put on the values. Now B should be equal to area of rectangle, that is 6x square plus 3xy minus 33y square, and it is to be divided by length of the rectangle, that is 3x plus 11y. Okay. In this case also the remainder is essentially going to be equal to 1. As you can see, the terms are arranged according to their order. Now, what should we multiply with 3x to get 6x square? That is easy, 2x. So 2x into 3x is 6x square. 2x into 11y is 22xy. This is 13, not 3, 13. Okay. Here it is 13. Okay, so this is, we change the signs. So 6x square minus 6x square is 0, plus 13xy minus 22xy, that will be minus 9xy minus 33y square as it is. Okay, so what should we multiply now? What should we multiply with 3x to get minus 9xy? Okay, so this time we should multiply 3x with minus 3y to get minus 9xy. See, we already have x, so in order to have y, we need to multiply it with y. So this will be minus 9xy minus 33y square. Once again, you change the signs, and finally you will get 0 plus 0. So remainder is 0. Okay, and this term that we obtained here is breadth of the rectangle. So B is equals to 2x minus 3. So for this rectangle whose area was 6x square plus 13xy minus 33y square, and whose length was 3x plus 11y, its breadth is going to be 2x minus 3y. Fine. Okay. Now let's start with the second part of the next part of the chapter. This is the last part that we are going to discuss. Okay, that is factorization of algebraic expression. Let me remind you what we have done till now. We have learned what are an algebraic expression. We have learned how to classify the algebraic expression on the terms of degree as well as on the basis of terms. On the basis of degree, we classify them as linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. On the basis of number of terms, we do classify them as monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Okay. Up till there we have the classification. Then we understood that there is a concept of like terms and unlike terms in the polynomials. In these algebraic expression, what are the like terms and what are their functions? If there are two like terms, then and only in that case only you can add or subtract the terms of the polynomial. If any two terms of a polynomial are unlike, then you cannot do addition or subtraction. Secondly, we understood about the multiplication of polynomial. You can multiply any two pair of polynomials. Okay, you can multiply monomial with monomial, monomial with polynomial, or polynomial with polynomial. In the same manner, we learned about the division of polynomials. Okay, how to divide a polynomial. And next we are going to learn about the factorization of algebraic expression or factorization of polynomials. So what do we mean by factorization of polynomials? Okay, let us take a simple example. If I tell you to find out prime factors of 39 for me, you can do it quite simply. We have done it in squares and square roots, in cubes and cube roots. 3, 13, 13, 1, that is factors of 39. So factors of 39 can be written as 3 to the power 1 into 13 to the power 1. Okay. What if I tell you to find out the factor of 36 for me? 36 will be 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 9s are 18, 3, 3, 1. So factors of 36 will be 2 to the power 3, sorry 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 2. Okay, or you can write as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Both of them accounts to the same number. Okay, in this manner you can have various factors of various numbers. Okay, if any number does not have any factors apart from 1, then that number will be called as a prime. Okay, so there is nothing like that here in algebraic expression. No algebraic expression is a prime algebraic expression. Okay, but we are going to do some factorization here. Okay, so first of all we will see how to do the factorization and then we will move on. Okay, so let me take some examples for factors of monomial. Okay, let me take some examples for factors of monomial. I am taking all these examples from your book only. Okay, so let us see. Let us take a monomial 15x square. We have to determine its factor. So what we'll write 15x square is, 15 is 3 5s are 15 and 5 1s are 5. So 15 is 3 into 5 and x square is x into x. So this became the factors of this monomial 15x square. So in order to determine, what we have learned is, what we have observed is, in order to determine the factors of 15x square or in order to determine the factor of any monomial, first of all what we do, we find the factors, we find the prime factors of its constant part, we find the prime factors of its coefficient part, and then we write down the variable part in multiplication form. Let us take one more example. This is 6x square y square. 6x square y square. You know the factors of prime factors of 6 are 2 and 3. Prime factors of 6 are 2 and 3. After that, x square is x into x and y square is y into y. So this is factorization of 6x square y square. Okay, let us take more examples. Instead of taking an example, let me take a question from your book. This is question number 1, exercise 6.7. Question number 1. Question is the factors of 6x square minus 12x to the power 4 y to the power 2 r. We have to determine these factors. Okay, now I can see and I can understand your confusion. You can say that this is a binomial. We have just learned about the monomial. Okay, so using this factorization of monomial, we are going to find out the factor of this is. Okay, first of all what I am going to do is, I am going to separately write down the factors of 6x square and minus 12x to the power 4 y to the power 3. So this will be 6x square should be equal to 2 into 3 into x into x. Why I have taken such a long gap, you will understand shortly. And 12x to the power 4 y square as factors of 12 is 2 into 2 into 3 and factors of x to the power 4 will be x into x into x into x 4 times. After that, y square is y into y. Okay, what we are going to do now is, we are going to find out the common factors. I have taken the liberty of taking these gaps because I have differentiated x constant part. See, up till here there is only constant, up till here there is only x, and then there is a group of y. Okay, so I have done this kind of grouping with the arrangement of the numbers. Okay, so that we can clearly understand how to take common. We are going to take as much common as possible. Okay, so out of 2, for the first set of factors, 6x square minus 12x to the power 4 y square. For this, first of all, we have 2 common for both of the numbers, so we have taken 2 outside. Then we have 3 common for both set of numbers, then we have taken 3 outside. And then we have x square common for both of the numbers, so we take x into x. Now inside the bracket we will write down what is remaining. So inside the bracket, out of 6x square, all of the digits, all of the factors are taken outside, so we will write down 1 only. And out of 12x to the power 4 y square, we have minus 2 from here, x square, and here y square. So this will be 6x square and 1 minus 2x square y square. So this is how you do the factorization in this exercise. Okay. So we will continue with this exercise tomorrow as well. No homework from exercise 6.7. Please complete exercise 6.6 at your earliest. Okay. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.